Hi everybody, I'm going to show you the light controller I'm running. It's the Lane Boys RC light controller. In my opinion, it's the more realistic light controller I find. I have the same light controller installed on the bodies, and then I have a preprocessor. In this one I have a 3-channel preprocessor, and this one a 5-channel preprocessor. The preprocessors stay on the chassis, and this way we can connect the light controller to the chassis only by one wire every time we want to separate the body from the chassis. It's easier to connect everything too. Well, I have all connected, and then on this switch, by clicking, I have a sequence. I will turn on the lights. Well, first click will turn these two lights, because I configured it to turn these two lights. You will see in this one is different. The second click will turn another light. The next click will turn the same LEDs, but with more intensity. See? And for last, these two. If you want, we can turn all the lights doing three clicks. 1, 2, 3. All the lights are on, and again 1, 2, 3. All the lights are on. The hazard lights, we have to make 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have the hazard lights, and again. Wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they turn off. The turn signals, we can drive, you see, and they don't light. They don't turn on. To turn on, they have to stay in neutral position. And stay 1 second, like this, and they will turn. And if we don't turn to the other side, it will blink. If we let, it will blink for an instant and then go off. But after you can see, if we turn to the other side, it don't light. We have to stay 1 second and then we turn on again. It's very realistic, because the common light controls, normally we are driving and the LEDs are changing one to one side to other side. Always one is turned on. Well, in this Range Rover, the same. In this case, I have the first click turning one light, the second click, and now the third click will turn the same LED with more intensity too. You see? And finally, the last one will turn the roof lights. All these LEDs here, we can connect it directly to the light controller without resistor. In this case here, they are stronger LEDs, and they are connected to the last slot of the light controller, who delivers 2 amps. And this way, in this case, in these ones, I have to put a resistor. The same here, 1, 2, 3, we turn all the lights off. In this case, as I told you before, I have a 5-channel preprocessor. This way I have 2 extra channels, and I can assign to other switches and other function. In my case, I choose to add the turn signals and the hazard lights. This way I only click one button and disconnect the hazard lights and off. And in this size I turn right, off, left, off. In this case, I assign this to the turn signal. They will stay on even if I turn. I have to switch on and off all the time. but I have more control in this way. It's very, very realistic. Well, turn. Wait, sorry. Again, on the tail and the reverse lights is very, very realistic. You can, if you're going forward and we brake, and if you do reverse, and when we stop, it turn on the stop lights. It's very more realistic than the common light controllers. Normally they only light the reverse light and stop there. In that case it was the lights were off, but if I turn they stay and one intensity, and when I brake they bright. And the reverse function, each time I reverse and I stop, this time the reverse light go off first, but if I do again, they did do the same, but sometimes it's different. It turns the brake light first and then the reverse. Now it was at the same time. The blinkers is the same. We turn 1 second. If I turn only if I stay 1 second in the neutral, it will light again. And the Range Rover is the same. The only difference is the hazard lights. I have in one this switch, and the turn signal left, off, right, and in this case don't do nothing, off. And when we go forward, in this Range Rover I have the stop, the presence lights here, and I can do this the brake light here and the second brake light. I have to turn on the lights. You see, now it's in, but if I have to go forward now and I brake, it will bright and turn this one on to the brake. As I already say, very, very realistic. And the reverse the same. Let's turn the reverse light, and when we stop, we will turn the brake lights. Oops. Well, we can Google Landboys RC and we will find the blog where we can see other projects from Landboys RC. We can see, and I recommend you to watch the videos on YouTube channel from Landboys RC. We have also a link for GitHub, I don't know how to tell, where we have all the information to build the light controller. Yes, if you want and you have the skills, you can build your own light controller. But if you are like me and don't have the skills to build it, you can contact Landboys RC on this mail and buy it. Finally, we have here the RC light controller configuration tool. This is where we're going to configure our lights. You can download it or open it online. I'm not gonna talking about all these functions, only show you, because you can read it here. You change, you see all the tabs and you read it what they do. I only want to talk about the LED configuration, this tab here. This is where we connect our LEDs and choose what we want to do. For instance, here the first clicks will turn on this one, the second. This is here where we can choose, for instance, this LED will turn only 33% of the light of this power, and the second click it will turn 100%. This side here, it's where we connect the tail, brake, reverse and indicators. They must be connected in this side because they will read the signal from the ESC for the tail, brake and reverse lights. and from the server for the indicators lights. After we configure all we want, we save the firmware, and then we have to write it on the light controller. For this, we go to this tab here, programming. We must have this web USB programmer, which we will connect to the light controller and our PC and write down the configuration we made before. There are two functions. There are many functions we can tweak. But again, you can read it about the time the brake lights are light up. For instance, the indicators, we can choose how time they stay on or off. We have here the American style combined. Very nice features. It's a very powerful light controls, and we can do all this. Like this one here, it's very neat. We can choose to, if we make an old car, we can simulate a weak ground power. It's a very nice feature too. This project, the mentor of this project, it's Wagner. He's the guy behind this project, and he's always updated the things and add the features. You can see here from the dates. And by the way, thank you, Wagner, for this wonderful and powerful light controller. I recommend also you to download here the manual. The manual have all the information you need. You can see here the light controllers, what they do, how many information, all the information, the preprocessors, how they work, how we can connect it. I recommend you also to read this manual. Well, that's all. I hope you enjoy, and if you have any question, please ask me. If I know the answers, I will answer you. Bye.